Hey everyone, welcome to the Geek Chat. We have a full show for you, full of number ones and a number 24. Who knew? There is a theme for tonight, which hopefully you'll catch on by like the third or fourth book. So let's get this started. Hey everyone, this is Beardy Rich. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Little Blackbeard. He does. You did it wrong.
I know.
You did the intro differently. See how he likes to change things up, folks, and just mess me up. I was here. I was having a great time, and then he has to come in and change up the script. Thanks a lot. Just kidding.
You're very welcome. Hey, Shonuff. Hey, Kenneth. Welcome in.
Welcome in, everybody. And if you're a lurker, long-time lurker, or first-time lurker, welcome in. We really appreciate you being here. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Got to start saying that because we were number 3 last week for views for the Experience. And I want to say thank you so much to everyone who tunes in every Thursday and watches us two geeks just rant. So thank you so much. Yes, producer Kyle.
Did I do that math?
No, I did.
Rich did.
Okay, cool. Cool. Because I actually think you were higher than number 3, but I would have to do the math.
No, as of Tuesday night, we were for views, total views, we were the 3rd. So
did you count Facebook and Twitch?
Oh,
and
no,
Instagram?
Just YouTube.
Yeah, you got to do the aggregate. But
that's a big word. Hey, Paul. Hey, SF. Hey, Easy Reader. Welcome in, everyone. Again, thanks for joining us. Yes. We've got lots to talk about, but first, why don't we show us the giveaway?
Yes, we are giving away a fantastic Poison Ivy cover. This is by the fabulous
Manny Carbonilla.
Yes, and as you can see, it's another DC cover because the last 2 ones that I found were from DC, and they were just amazing. So, I wanted to shine some love on Poison Ivy, especially on this cover, because I thought it was very striking.
It is.
And I'm very surprised that this comic is still going. Not that it's
God, it's number 36, Des.
Yeah. So
36. Again, that never would have happened at Marvel. It would have been canceled at like 13.
Exactly. So it's fantastic to know that there is so much love for Poison Ivy out there, and hey, here's a fantastic cover to show that we support her. I haven't read it.
I know. So I'm thinking maybe I will try this in trade, because if it's gone 36 issues, there has to be something to the story. So maybe I'll pick up that first trade. Ivy's legs don't get cold because isn't she a plant?
Yeah, she's more plant than human now. She's like an avatar of the green, just like a Swamp Thing. So she's at this point she's just a pretty Swamp Thing when you think about it. So but yeah, here's the cover that we're giving away. And again, all you have to do is put in hashtag Geek Chat in the woobly bop down in the bottom. That's the comment section for all you fantastic.
Another new word.
A woobly wop. So woobly wop. So please put it in there, because if not, Rich gets this one. When I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh my god, this cover is really nice. I think I want it." And I'm like, "Damn it, Rich." I already gave you a bunch of comics, sir.
I don't think I sound like that.
Well,
hey, Space Case Collectibles.
When you haven't had your gin in the morning, that's how you sound. Anyway,
gin.
I don't know. You're from the East Coast, so
it's rum all the way.
Rum. Okay, good to know. So our first comic that we are going to talk about is. We're gonna say something. Oh, you flashed in, and we want to give space for our producer. Okay, never mind.
All right. So
it is X-Men of Apocalypse. Sorry, X-Men of Apocalypse Alpha. I thought it was X-Men Alpha of Apocalypse, and I thought that
hold on, Des. Just so you know, Kyle, the thing streaming at the bottom is for Morgan Mill's show.
Yeah.
Well, normally you guys talk about stuff in between like that and between the giveaway and the first book, and it gives me time to fix the stuff I missed.
Oh.
But you went straight into it, and I'm like, now I'm scrambling and way behind. So, like, this is just Rich going off the rails this week and messing us all up.
It is. It's all me. All right.
It's all you.
It is. So, X-Men of Apocalypse #1, written by Jeff Loeb. The art is Simon DeMeo. Richard Starkings and Comicraft did the lettering, and the main cover was done by Simon DeMeo. And there was a butt-ton of variants, and I had to pick up the Joe Mad Wolverine cover because I freaking love Joe Mad. I miss Joe Mad's work.
I got the animated Wolverine cover. That's the one that I got.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, where he's all kind of running, and yes, it's like, I don't know. I thought it was really cute, and I thought it really harkened back to like Wolverine and the X-Men, and I thought that was a really kind of cool cover. So I think that's what they were trying to ape for that, but I really liked it. So, my friend,
so what did you think of the story overall?
So I am a little confused, and
yes.
The reasoning that I am confused is this the same as the Revelation stuff that's going on, or is this something separate?
This is completely different.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that. I was confused reading this because in my mind, I thought that this was connected to what Doug Ramsey Revelation is doing in the current X-Men thing.
No.
So what you're telling me is that there are two different pseudo Age of Apocalypse stories going on. One that seems to be a direct continuation of that 90s story, which is this. And then there is the Revelation story, which is a new thing that's loosely tied to Age of Apocalypse, but now it's like Age of Revelations.
It's not. It is based on it only in fact that Marvel is doing the same thing they did 30 years ago, and that they're canceling all the titles, renaming them, and the difference is they've added a ton of extra. This one was the anniversary series. The other one was an idea that when the old team left Krakoa and it was Netho Diaz and I'm blanking. Steve Fox, I think, wrote the Heir of Apocalypse.
Yes,
that it was born from.
Yeah,
the guard changed, so anything that they had in planned for what was going to happen with Revelation, that was taken on afterwards, and Tom Brevoort and the writers all created that. Okay. This was planned with Jeff Lowe, but the timing wasn't right at the time. Jeff was working on other things. So this came out. This was planned to come out. I don't think either one was planned at the same time. It just happened that way. And I think it's one of the worst publishing decisions Marvel has made. And they've been making a ton of bad decisions. But I think that it's too much for your average X reader, because you have to commit to 18 titles plus X-Men the X-Men of Apocalypse. And like you, casual reader, you don't know two different series because they don't want you to know. They just want you to buy it. Yeah. So yes, easy reader, 100% flooding the market. Crazy.
Yes,
hey, TJ James,
yes,
I would
TJ,
more.
He would be like, I mean, if he was like a Swamp Thing, it'd more be like an Appalachian thing. So he'd be full of moonshine.
Now I drink gin and moonshine.
We here at the Experience have a thing to say about the way this was rolled out.
Yes, let us hear. Oh, boo this man. Boo this man. Okay. So having you explain that to me it cleared a lot of stuff up as I was reading it, because I was expecting there to be some pseudo crossover between them. And so I was thinking, okay, how, like, is the X-Men from the original Age of Apocalypse going to be, see, because how my mind was trying to make this work, and I'm telling you, I was doing all kinds of Christy Yamaguchi-ness in my head to try to make it work. I was doing flips and somersaults, ice skating, all kinds of stuff. But so, because in my mind, I thought, okay, with the help of Mr. Sinister, it's always Mr. Sinister, and Holocaust, they are going to the main 616 in order to not stop, but in order to help Revelation turn it into, or stop Revelation from turning it back into their timeline. But then that didn't work, because it seemed like in this book what they were trying to do was to reestablish or find out what's going on, because once everything changed, it seems like everyone in the Age of Apocalypse knows that it is a splinter timeline. They all know it, right? And so they were coming back in order to see why it's going on, or to make changes, or to do something. I wasn't clear about what the goal was, which I think was just kind of, I don't know, it muddied it a little bit. And Forge is now a full-on computer, and they're trying to either change what happened or redo what happened, or something. But suffice it to say, the best panel in the whole book, and I don't know if I'm excited to say this, but we get to see Nate Gray back. We get to see X-Man back, and he was the final splash page. And we haven't seen him since, for almost 5 years. We haven't seen this man. Right after the whole Age of Krakoa happened, he had a big arc where he created a new utopia, and he was mutant Jesus. And then we haven't seen him since those days. And so now he is back in his classic X-Men garb. And I was like, wow, okay. It made me really want to read more about what's going on. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is go back and now read it without thinking about Revelation and having it be its own thing, because I was really trying hard to make it make sense in my mind of how the two were going to connect. So now that I know that this is its own story, and correct me if I'm wrong, there are no tie-ins to this either. It's just this story, right?
Just the story.
Okay. See, so for me, as someone who read the original Age of Apocalypse and thinking, okay, this is a sequel by Jeff Loeb, who wrote that. Okay, I'm willing to take on this. Now, I don't know what we're going to do about Age of Revelation. We're going to have to talk about that. I don't know if we're going to... I don't think I want to read everything about it. I think we might just read the main book and give you our stuff, but I don't know.
We're definitely going to read the prequel that comes out in, I think, 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks. Because we've already ordered 4 or 5 books from the line so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So TJ says Marvel is restoring what they can at fans to counter DC's absolute line. Oh my God, before the show, I read the newest Absolute Batman. The book is crazy. It is a great book. So yes. And welcome, Canadian Survivalist. Welcome in. And Phil, hey, what?
There's some Canadian Survivalist. Hope he got his book. He won last week.
Yeah.
So
yes.
He should have got his book. So, yeah.
All right. So can we talk about the revisionist history in this book? Because on the great, splash page to intro the book, and then you have Havoc. He's dead. How?
Yeah, he was dead already.
Dead.
Right?
He's been dead. He's been dead.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things in this book that now I understand that Jeff Loeb writes a ton of books and he probably doesn't remember a lot about the 90s, but for some of us, when that happened, that is just etched in my brain. The whole miniseries etched in my brain. So seeing Havoc standing there, I was like, he's dead. And then the new history with Gambit being Magneto's best friend, no. Charles, no. Gambit, I loved Gambit in the Externals. That was great. And
didn't say anything about that.
Nope.
Didn't reference it at all.
I don't understand why we need the Gambit and Rogue subplot. It's unnecessary to the story. Let them not be together in one freaking story.
I'm totally fine.
We get enough of it in Uncanny with Gail Simone. It's okay for them not to be a couple, people. And did you see all the crap that Russell Dauterman was getting online because of his gorgeous Rogue and Magneto Age of Apocalypse variant, or X-Men of Apocalypse variant? He had to take it down because he was getting so much hate from these so-called fans. Rogue is not always attached to Gambit, people.
Yes. They had a huge relationship in the 90s. Come on. There's a huge subplot where she met his doppelganger Joseph. It's like, come on. They were an item for a while too, people.
Yes.
For quite a while, actually. And he was the first one that was able to kiss her. So I don't know. Some people still know their history, and it's unfortunate. I thought the artwork was gorgeous.
Let's talk about that. Yes,
I thought the artwork was fantastic. It was just
this artist nailed it. Felt 90s, but yet felt fresh. It felt the panel layouts were amazing.
Yep.
The way the pages flowed, oh my god, it was yes, the artist amazing. Now I do want to say
they're all thickums though. You noticed that, right?
Yeah,
they're all thickums. I was like, everyone's a little thick. I was like, all right. You know, he likes drawing big people. Like by big, I mean their forms take up a lot of the page. Like a lot of the page. And they stickums. So
like that.
Yeah.
Like that Rogue right in the corner. I love it.
No,
I love it.
And with the picture of the picture that he had in the back of like Morph, and I've never seen Morph look that thick in my life. I was like, I get it, he's a shapeshifter, but man, so like he's just really thick, and so I was like, okay, sure. So, but yes, I thought the artwork was great.
I have one complaint. I have one major complaint, and this is the problem using pop culture in comic books. This world is decimated. There's no pop stars. So for Morph to be singing Wrecking Ball completely took me out of the comic book. And I was like, no, Jeff, don't be cute.
Yeah.
There's no possible way Miley Cyrus would have existed. And if she did, she's probably dead or one of the robot people. Like, no, don't be cute. Don't be funny. Just write the story.
Miley Cyrus is a mutant because of all the crap her dad put in his hair in the 90s. Had to keep that mullet pretty.
Overall, I'm going to say pick this up. There were some minor problems that I found. The trades are all out, Jeff. Just reread them. Take a long weekend, reread them. Find out who's dead, who's not. That was my biggest complaint. Otherwise, the art, A+. Freaking plus.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And I definitely would feel more comfortable reading this contained series than all the craziness they're doing right now. So it seems very like it's giving very forced nostalgia right now. And I don't, they could have did something a lot smaller to celebrate it, but whatever. I don't work at Marvel, so I don't know. All right, what's next?
Next is Racer X from Mad Cave.
Yeah, it's from Speed Racer. So I was excited to read this as I am a Speed Racer fan. I have been
and we reviewed the number one.
We did.
So the writer is Mark Russell. Artist is Nuno Plati. Colorist is Giada Marchisio. The letter is Buddy Beaudoin. I like that name, Beaudoin. And the cover, there was many covers. The main cover that is on your screen is Francesco Tomaselli, but I got this cover, but I got the Sean Galloway, because
Yeah,
I always have you pick up something at a con from him. He is a great artist,
yeah.
and
They didn't have it
yes,
at
so
the
I got
store, so I wasn't able to get it. So, but yes, I'm a huge fan of his as well. All right, I started the last one. What'd you think, my friend?
I thought this was an amazing one shot. I really did.
Not.
It's not, but I'm done. But it was a great one shot. It gave me his origin. It told me why he's the way he is, and complete story all in one. Thank you, Mark Russell.
But it's
Great
not a
one
complete
shot.
story all in one.
The
whole thing.
I have no reason to keep reading. That's my thing. It was a good story. It was a good story.
The whole thing about it, though, is that he is here to protect Speed. That is why he becomes Racer X. You know, that is the thing about why he becomes Racer X. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to read more about his awesome brother, who was like the best driver in the world. Some would say better than Speed. Like, come on, this is
who says that?
Well, a lot of people do, but anyway,
okay.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I really liked that he had that, like, the whole thing about his face being burned, and they, of course, they modernized it for nowadays, which is fine.
Why? What was it?
No, it was the same thing, you know, but just like putting it like nowadays, and making it be like the whole Driver X thing. I'm not sure if that was actually canon to it. I do know that he was marred for racing, but he became sort of like he was like supposed to be much more of an ass kicker.
Hey,
yes.
Unknown.
Yes, TJ. Yes, TJ. He has Chim Chim, who, you know, kicks ass. You know, Chim Chim is the monkey, and Spritle is his little brother. So it's Chim Chim and Spritle. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I love the way it looked. I kind of want to see what's going to happen. By that I mean how close they're going to be tied together.
The two books?
Yes, because Racer X was only just like a side character in the Speed Racer universe. And he would just kind of show up when things got very dire for Speed, and he would like protect him no one
Steve.
knew who he was, and that was always the thing about it. Was
no one knew as a viewer, did you know that it was his brother?
As a viewer, yes. As a viewer, you did.
They let you in on it.
Oh yeah.
Was it like an origin episode?
No, you just knew that he was his brother, and that he had run nefarious of some gangsters, and he left to strike out on his own. So that part was real, though. Like him and his father did not get along, and so he did go to work for like a rival, but he was hurt in an accident. The thing about being dead, I'm not really sure if that happened. I think he was just missing, and so I don't think he died in the cartoon. I think he was just missing, and of course everyone is just like, who could it be? You know, it's like, you know, and it was always like you'd see him with his mask, it's like, you know, he resurrects, you know, so. And so he was always he was originally an antagonist for Speed Racer, you know, because he always had to make it look like he was putting Speed in danger when in actuality he was saving him. So yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
If you ever want to watch a silly ass, super crazy, epilepsy inducing, you know, movie, watch the Wachowskis version of Speed Racer. That movie is out of control. It is sickeningly sweet and epilepsy inducing, but the effects are just bananas. The movie is just like a complete sugar high. It's just silly, but it
sounds wonderful.
I think it's worth a watch at least once, or once every like 15 years. You got your diabetes under control.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It adds to the mythos of Speed Racer, and, you know, definitely well rounded out his backstory. And now we know what's going to be happening if he shows up. So
And this is the first of 3 properties that we are going to be reviewing. So it's really funny that these cartoons from our youth are popping up in 2025 as comic books.
This is fantastic. I think more should be it. I'm here for it. Nick, if you're listening, get those rights to Bionic 6. Rich and I will write it for you. Let's do it.
So true.
We would.
Paul says once was enough for me. That is some high praise right there, Paul.
Oh, for Speed Racer the movie, yeah. I watched a couple clips from it, and I was just like, man, this movie is out of control. And yes, Steve, I'm in the Bay Area, in the Bay, right sitting in front of beautiful Teen Titan, or as Kyle called it, Terrific Tower, because he thought it was for Mr. Terrific. It was a joke, but
so
wink, wink.
Is DBZ Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, Dragon Ball Z.
Do you see that movie?
I did. Unfortunately, it was terrible.
Oh,
well. Hey, unknown must have liked it if they watched it twice. So, but definitely, it's the movie's silly. Much better when you're under the influence. So, but on that note,
we want to take a break.
I figured we'd
and
take
then
a quick
do it.
break. Yeah, and then come back and run into the next ones. We can kind of like run through a little bit with Harbinger and the other books. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and you can hear Kyle's fantastic tones as he talks over these books. Over these commercials, and we will talk to you in a minute. Bye.
Sure, comic books are beautiful, but underneath, there's something more authentic and exciting. The original art. See the pencils, the lines, the shading, as if you were there in the studio watching the artist work. Getting a peek at comics' backstage is easy with the original art experience.
All right, Friday night, guys. Thank you for being here. To be doing anything, the fact that you're here means the world to me.
Nick's pieces are always value priced with your budget in mind, for the beginning collector to the veteran.
And this is gorgeous. You got Aquaman and Mira.
Join the original art experience with Nick and our friendly crew of regulars, even if it's just to enjoy the art. Fridays at 7. It's all part of the experience. FOC. A comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on The Experience. I'm Rich.
I'm Dez.
And we are your hosts for this great talk about comic books.
You sound very apprehensive, my friend.
Okay, so we have our giveaway as usual.
Yeah.
We are giving away this 1 in 25 Poison Ivy number 36 by Manny Carbonilla. I've never heard of Manny Carbonilla, but that's a gorgeous cover. You know what I really like about it? The lighting. The lighting makes this cover pop.
I love it. I really like the earth tones and then that red hair coming up the side. Like it's a really fantastic focal point to bring you into the rest of the figure. that goes down to like her legs point down to the lower center, which goes over to the people that are standing in awe or praising her or whatever. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
So
yes,
it could be yours.
Yes, it could definitely be yours. All you have to do is enter in hashtag Geek Chat.
You don't even have to pay for shipping.
Nope, you don't. They're all druids. They probably are. Like she is the mother of the green.
Worshipping her. Probably.
But yes, unknown. I wasn't sure what I watched the first time when I watched it either. I wasn't sure. So yeah,
Kyle.
so Kyle, why don't you let us know what's coming up on a couple of other episodes, a couple of other shows on the experience, sir?
Well, I really particularly wanted to plug tomorrow's FOC show. It's the biggest FOC show we've ever done. We have 3 guests. Matthias is getting married on Saturday, and I had to move 10 hours away from home for work. So, neither of us had time to prepare. So instead, we got Liam Sharp.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
We got Henry Barajas, who's has a new book out, and Torma from Oni Press are all joining us tomorrow on the show. So we're not going to talk about a lot of books because neither of us have done our research, but we are going to talk to a lot of people, including the legend Liam Sharp.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. It's like, wow, I'm a little, wow, that's really cool. Like, geez, Kyle. Kyle's over here, throwing out names and stuff. I'm like, oh, wow.
It was all Matthias. He's like, hey, if we can get Liam Sharp, should we talk to him? Yes.
Yes.
Like, you didn't even have to say the second name. Liam, yes.
Yes, to make it work.
Yes.
Well, I love that. That's fantastic. So, again, what time is it?
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, and then subtract 3 from 1 to tell you what time it is Pacific, because I'm not doing math.
It's 10 a.m.
Well, there you go, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, so that's when it is. I just did it quickly in my head and my fingers. So
normally I can do it, but it's been a very, very long week, and I was going to say 4:30 Eastern or something, or 4:30 Pacific, and it was going to be wrong. So 1 o'clock Eastern, and then whatever that is when you live other places.
10.
So, well, cool. So please check it out. Tell them the Geek Chat sent you, and yeah, as always, like, share, and subscribe. There's a ton of fantastic programming on the experience every day. Check in, and yeah, you'll usually find something that you like. Having said that, we are gonna be talking about what now? Oh yeah, the all-new Harbinger.
Number 1 from New Valiant. Fred Van Lent did the writing. Eric Tomeo did the art. Brusho Studio and Gabriel Roldan did the colors. Ludwig Olimba did the something. And Ezekiel Inverni did the lettering. And the reason why I have no clue what it is, they decided to put the credits on these screens.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Instead of actually just, writing it who did it. So,
yeah.
Sorry to Ludwig Olimba, whatever you did. I don't know, but it was probably great. Okay. We have read, this will be the 3rd new Valiant book. And the first one we read was, and the second one we read was, and guess what, guys? This is not breaking the trend. For me, this one was very.
I was getting X-Men light from it. I was
even X-Men. This is
New Mutants, sort of. I was getting Mutants light. I was getting
Mutants
light.
Definitely Mutants light.
And so I'll tell you my disappointment. My 100% disappointment of it was one thing. I thought this was going to be a reboot of the book. Hey, Jabroni. I thought this was going to be a reboot of the book, and we were going to be doing something new. But no, this is a continuation of a story that has been going on for a very long time in the Harbinger universe.
Really?
There's a lot of backstory. And so I was not keen for a lot of the backstory that happened. And they did a poor and horrible job to fill you in. A horrible job.
Job.
Of it was giving X. Meh is correct. They did a horrible job of telling you what's going on in this world, and I didn't like that. I didn't like it because as a new reader, you don't know what's going on in any of this. Number one, and as a long time reader, there's been a gap, and so the main guy, I think his name is James, like the whole first like couple of the first new series when they redid everything, Valiant, I want to say back in like the mid 2000s, they redid everything. Everything got redid. And I was reading Harbinger and it was fantastic. It was crazy. He was the main guy was learning about his powers. And now in this one, he's like Professor X. And I'm just kind of like, what? And so it's weird because usually when a book does this, I think, oh wow, I can go back and read the trades and try to get caught up. There was nothing in here that was enticing me to do this. And then they introduced an academy, and then someone died, and I don't know if that was off screen or if that happened in a prior series that I don't know about, that they didn't really allude to it. And now they have a new character that's popping up that came from a Harbinger school, or sorry, they're called Psyots in this world, and it's all based around like mental powers in order to shape your reality, whether it's your body, the weather, whatever. It's all based on mind type powers. That's the big thing that supposedly keeps them from not being, or what is it, distinguishable, from X-Men or an X gene. It's all about stuff in your mind. It's all about mind powers. And I'm like, okay. And so now we have this new person that's showing up, but you don't get to see her in action. And then it ends with them going into action. So the whole book was set up, but what they were setting up did not make sense. And I guess the writer could say, hey, we're setting up this world. If you stick with it, it'll all make sense a little bit later. And I can buy that argument sometimes, but you got to give me a little bit more to kind of hang my hat on, because what you gave did not make me want to come back to find out what was going on in this world. So I am, out of all of the books that I've read from the Valiant Beyond new thing, this is the one that I'm particularly disappointed in, because I really enjoyed the last version of Harbinger, and this one, it literally was like X-Men. I mean, Kyle got it right, and I was just not here for it. So
art was pretty.
I didn't even like the artwork.
Wow.
I was completely like, when I was reading this book, I was just so like saddened by it. Like I really had hoped for more. So the last thing I'm hoping for is that Exo Man of War is better. Like I'm really hoping that one kind of like saves it. Although 3 out of 4, like 1 out of 4 being good is like a bad ratio. So, what were your thoughts, Rich?
So I had no clue what I was reading because I haven't read a Harbinger book in a very long time.
Yep.
I think I read it maybe 10 years ago when it was relaunched. I felt like this wasn't a number 1. I felt like I picked up like an issue 87 or 53 because there was a story. There's pages missing before this. You go right into the story. Like I'm all for going into the story with the villain, but then you're getting all this their intros to the people. Like, thank you for giving me who Livewire is, because I am unfamiliar with this version of Livewire.
Mm-hmm.
And then was the Archer in here from Archer and Armstrong?
I don't think that's not him.
It's not him.
No, it's a different character.
Archer.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was.
I don't think that's the Archer from Archer and Armstrong.
Are they still in this universe? I wonder.
I don't know. If it is, I completely missed that. I completely missed that connection. If it is. Okay,
so that's another bad thing. I don't know. It was basic. It was by the books. There was nothing thrilling for me. There was nothing thrilling to make me want to come back.
Yeah,
I didn't care about any of these characters, and I love superpowered people. I'll read them no matter DC, Marvel. Give me good characters, but I didn't care. The only guy I actually liked, I don't even know his name. That's how much I don't know, is the guy with the horns. I thought it was
Oh yeah,
pretty,
the Colossus Light guy.
yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I thought the villain was fun with her. She had a suit that, as long as she believes she's a hero, she is a
can be it.
hero. But
Oh,
she
no.
was like sitting there doing coke and stuff, and she's like,
Yeah.
she's here for, what is it? Her big thing was like, I'm here for, like, because there's like, it's instead of like the X gene versus like normal or Homo superior versus Homo sapiens, it's the normal people versus like the psychic people. And she's like, we're gonna use robotics to fight the psychics. And so she's like, I'm gonna do this, but then she does a big old line of coke, like a bump off her hand, and I'm like, what's going on? And I was just like, what? Like, the whole thing was just,
it's funny you talked about the school, because in this I got Gen V from the boys universe, the school, because I'm like, wait, they're training them? Is that a new concept? That's all new concept, right?
Yeah, I know that had not, when they were saying I thought so. That's
all right. Good. Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, TJ. So when they were saying like Harada was right, that is the guy that was the original antagonist for the Harbinger. And so he was trying to make him, because I guess he's a super powerful. And so he had created this place for the mutants, let's call them mutants. And so he had made this, he had he was super powerful. He had used his abilities, his mind abilities, to make millions of dollars. So he was like the anti-Xavier. Like, he was willing to do what Xavier wasn't willing to do, although we realized later that Xavier was just as bad as everyone else. But anyway, and so he created a school for them and all this other stuff. But again, that was all in the last series. So
okay, Kenneth, thank you for your support. Thank you for all you guys' support. We appreciate it always. So you're not picking up the number 2, I take it?
I am not. I am not. I am not.
All right, so guys, the next book we picked last week, I've been looking forward to this book because I like the character. It is a hot button issue right now. We're not going to talk about any of that. I want to give credit to the rest of the team that made this book, because Jeff Spokes drew the hell out of the new Red Hood. There's only one issue. It's done.
Yep.
I have always been, I mean, it's funny, I've told you this before on the show. I voted to kill him. Like, I called in to kill him. That's how much I didn't like him as Robin. But when he came back in his broken mind and everything that's happened with him since his return, Kyle and I were talking about this before the show. Like, I actually, out of all the new shitty 2 books, I really liked the Red Hood book. And I think his costume designs have always been sometimes better than others. But this one, he is back to wearing a literal red hood.
With the domino mask.
With a domino mask. And he's back to using his guns. He's killing again, which I thought, I actually don't mind that, because it's the opposite of Batman. Batman doesn't believe in them. And after the trauma that he endured, I get it. And I've always been a fan of Huntress. So I was really excited to read this book. And after everything that's happened, I'm sad in the way that he gets the shaft again. He's get the shaft. Like, he's going to be shelved again.
Yeah, you won't be able to experience this story or this series about him. And and we're going to have to wait now for a while to see what
if they
have.
Even if they retool the story or they start another book with him without the Huntress. I don't know. I feel like Jason got the shaft again. Alan Smith.
I like the character though.
The Red, it was canceled. Though number 1 is the only issue out, and that's it.
Yeah. I did like the what is it, Royale, the contact that turned on him. I thought that was really fun. I thought the conversation between Huntress, Helena, and Jason Todd was really good. I thought the internal dialogue was fun, and I thought the the artwork was just great.
Yeah,
Like
again,
it really served the story that was being told really well, and I
Jeff
really enjoyed it.
Spokes did all of it.
Yeah.
So he did the inking as well and the coloring, because
Yeah.
Jeff Spokes' artist Becca Carey did the lettering. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. So he, amazing artist. Oh my God, DC, don't let this artist go. Put him on a book, because it was so good.
It read like, although I have to say one thing, it did read like, I don't know, whenever they go to Louisiana or whenever they go to, you know, the Bayou Southern states and they try to make them sound like Rogue, it always sounds just, I don't know, it doesn't translate well onto paper. I don't know why, but it just doesn't sound well. And I get they're trying to have that Creole accent or that Creole kind of dialogue, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. And it was always and that's why I never really enjoyed, Gambit. And Gambit was talking, Michel, me. I'm like, oh, stop it.
Well, he called Jason Cher, and I was like, is this a woman? But it was a guy.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, but it was the weird, we have to show his dialect. Yes.
Yeah.
TJ, I miss the, yes, we could do a whole show on that as well. So yeah, I'm glad that I got to experience Jeff Spokes' art.
Yes,
because I don't know who this artist was at all.
And I'm looking forward to following him to another book that he's going to do.
Same.
Hopefully he gets, they do another Mid-Niner series, or they do something that would really like, or another, I don't know, or he goes to Nightwing or something. I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. So
yes. Okay. Next up, this is a book from Bad Idea. And it's a thick, chunky book too. 25 pages for the main story. And then I think I counted 14 backup. Mm-hmm. There's what they call like a B-side, which the middle is an actual short story, and then a preview to another new book. So there was a lot in this.
Before you start, Kyle, if you are close to the mic, you actually spoke to the writer of this book, right? Not too long ago.
Yeah, we had Robert Venditti on the FOC show back when this was on order.
Yeah, and so if you're interested to see what he said about the book, you could definitely go back and watch old VODs on the Experience YouTube channel. So even though we do this live and we talk live and all this stuff, we have a plethora. Love that word, Rich. A plethora. Of older content that you can go back and take a look at, especially the interviews. I really think that the interviews are really, really cool, and they kind of touch on what the artist and or writer is feeling or thinking about for their work. And I think stuff like that is always kind of timeless. So if you have time, if you want to hear what he had to say, please go and watch it.
I remember vividly what his elevator pitch for this book was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited to see if Rich has the same kind of read on it, because it feels like they're of a similar era. Like Rich's references and his references are of a similar era and similar taste. So I'm very excited to see.
All right. Well, don't be too disappointed, Kyle. So the writer was Robert Venditti, like he said. Doug Braithwaite did the art, and the art was amazing. Yeah, okay. Diego Rodriguez did something. Oh, the color art. Dave Sharp did the lettering. And next was Hero of the Year, was written by Carl Bollers. Juan Jose Rip. I love his art.
Oh,
he did the art. It was really good. Ulysses Areola, I believe, did the color art, and Dave Sharp did the lettering again. And then there's a preview for the mind-blowing epic of Save Now. Save now. I don't know. I didn't read it. Didn't care.
So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this from my local comic book shop. So Rich is going to give his review, and I'm going to kind of interview him just slightly to ask him a couple questions to see if someone like myself who has not read it would be interested in it.
Oh, great! I'm going to disappoint you too.
No.
All right.
No.
So the whole thing is set on a submarine. The submarine is falling and falling and falling deeper into the water. The bottom half of the submarine is flooded. Guys are trying to escape. Guy shuts the hatch on a guy trying to escape. Thinks he's the lone survivor. Finds the captain. The captain's all, I'm dying. He dies. Lo and behold, another guy's there, tries to hit him. Someone did this on purpose. They sabotaged the sub. And now there's two men stuck in a submarine that's going to the bottom, and one's an American and one is a German, I think. That's the story.
So it takes place in World War II?
Nope.
No?
It takes place in the sub.
Okay, so because I think it probably seems like possibly the Poseidon adventure, maybe.
Yeah.
Where they were all stuck underwater and they had to kind of quote unquote survive. Haha, see what I did there?
He's a Russian. It's a Russian,
it's a Russian
and an American.
Okay, yes. So it's probably in like the 80s, and so it's during
the Cold War.
It's Cold War.
It is the Cold War. Okay.
So and that's just a regular old octopus, right? Coming in.
He's not featured at all.
Okay, because for some reason I don't know what it is. I saw number one, I'm with Steve when he said, Leviathan and Deep Star 6 movie vibes. I was definitely getting those movie vibes, but I was also getting stuff like, is this like a horror story? So I was expecting that to be like, and it says survive. So I was not expecting it to be grounded in reality at all. So I thought, like, are they on a ship and there's an alien octopus trying to eat them or something? Like, I totally thought like it was much more going to be more fantastical than what you're describing to me.
So I will say again, the art saved this book for me.
Well, he's a fantastic artist.
I love his art. Yes, it is. It also visually feels like you are encased. Like the art, it reminds you that you're in like there's walls around you. He did a really good job of that. And only someone who's been in the business and can draw complete backgrounds and the perspectives, like the art was just amazing in this. I do want to talk about the second story, Hero of the Year. It's a short story about superheroes getting an award. And this guy is up for this award every year. And it's all about what you do and how you save people. And Slugfest is always up for this award. But unfortunately, always loses to Superb. And they show a couple different seasons of him. And the dude even dies and is reborn. He dies for the world and still can't win. So the next year, like 5 or 6 years later, he goes a little crazy and tells the entire audience that's filled with superheroes that he's done with them and he's going to destroy them all. So he gets beat up and thrown in jail and then wins the brand new award for, hold on, it's really funny. Best superhero
turned villain or something.
Turned super villain goes to Slugfest, and he cries and says, "They like me. They really, really like me." And to all the other prisoners are like, "Good job, buddy." I was like, "This is stupid but fun," and it's Juan Jose Rip, so the art you can imagine is just gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely pick that up because that seems
that middle story was great.
I mean, it sounds very silly, and I just like when you think about it, like what really turns someone into a villain, and just something as simple as like,
not winning an award,
not getting the recognition.
he died. Like he
Hey,
died
Bar-Lord.
and still couldn't win. It's kind of like Madonna at the Grammys.
Wow, that's quite a throwback to some salt you've had for quite a while.
Real quick, we watched this year's Video Music Awards last night.
They still are on?
Oh yeah, they don't show music videos, and it's on CBS. But you know, the MTV Music Awards, whatever. Yeah, I think the art of actually getting up there and singing is dead. Like, not a lot of people do that anymore. Some of these new teeny bop girls, like, they're half dressed and they shake their butt, but there's no actual substance, but they're fun to watch. So yeah, we had fun. You need to check out the Busta Rhymes. He does a greatest hits because he's awarded finally, because he's not dead yet, thankfully. They awarded him when he's still alive. They made up some BS award to give to him. But yeah, his performance was great. Even Coog was like,
Yeah, he's been in the game since the mid-90s.
Early
mid-90s, late 80s. Leaders of the
yes,
school
Steve. He should have paid his membership fees. You know, they get you. They really get you.
Yeah, it's all a what is it? It's all a popularity contest, and that's basically, that's why, like, what is it? Susan Lucci never won. Oh, she finally won, but she was always nominated, and so he was like the Susan Lucci of superheroes. He was Susan Lucci was an old school. I say old school because this all happened in like the 90s, late 2000s. She was a daytime soap star, and she's always up for daytime Emmys, but she never would win. And then she finally got one. Like, and she was like, "Oh my god," So it kind of ended her, like, I think it was like 13 or 15-year streak, and it was just
yeah.
And then the ending, when he says they like me, they really like me, that was a callback to supposedly what Sally Field said when she finally won an Oscar. And it wasn't like, they really like me. It's just like, oh, they like me, or something to that effect. But it's always been misheard. So
I would like to spend the next 3 minutes talking about how great this book is. Transformers just wrapped up its very first big major story, and Daniel Warren Johnson, my hat is off. If I was wearing it, my hat would be off to you, because you took my childhood favorite toy line and crafted a really great story. And he did the original art and words in the beginning, and then Jorge Corona took over. Mike Spicer is the colorist, and Russ Wooten did the lettering. This book has been just bananas, bonkers, all the words. It's been a lot of fun. They are reestablishing the Transformers, the Autobots, the Decepticons on Earth. Just Omega Supreme shows up in this issue, and it's a callback to an earlier issue with Starscream and his origin. And Starscream makes a huge decision in this, betrays Megatron.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
As you do.
And I'm happy that Warren has decided that he wasn't going to go, or Johnson decided he wasn't going to go too crazy and kill a lot of people, because yes, Bar-Lord. So the next writer is going to be Robert Kirkman, and somehow Dan Mora, that beast of an artist, is going to be penciling Transformers as well as all the other 50 books he already pencils. Maybe, just maybe, Dan Mora is the multiple man. Maybe he has clones and he just hits himself, and then a clone pops up and he takes on another job. I think that's very possible. So I just got to say, go, if you are a past fan of the Transformers, casual fan, pick up the trades for these. I think the first 2 are out, maybe.
Yes.
You will not be disappointed. It has been such a great book. I got a lot of covers. Like, you all know I'm a cover whore. I got a lot of variant covers of these first 24 and the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth printings. I got them all. I love them. There's some great the way the layouts have been. I don't know what Dan Mora is going to be like. Hopefully he'll keep the frantic,
grittiness,
frenetic craziness. Yeah. And we all know Robert Kirkman. I mean, you got me into his Invincible. I loved his Walking Dead. So yes, so pick this book up. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So
Cool. All righty then. Let's cover horror. Yes. All righty. So on that note, we're gonna take our final break, and when we get back, we have a couple more comics, and then I'm gonna talk about a TV series really quickly that I never watched, but I'm super, super enjoying. So stay tuned.
Boring old Tuesday. Kick it!
Hey, let's get to it.
Henri Copen scours collections and comic shops to bring you the biggest deals on beautiful comics.
I'm very eager to sell these books.
Plus, he smashes those other boring sales shows. Henri's got fire, excitement, personality, key books, Momo books,
Sexy Momo books for you.
a cute dog, weird accents,
69, bro.
a wheel of skid bark.
We do wheel spins at the end of every show.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll score huge bargains.
That is Hawk 2 of magic right there, all right?
Kicking it with Henri. Tuesday nights, part of the experience.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
we are back. Oh, you've moved. You traveled during the break.
Yes, I had to go to a swamp. It was a little warm where I was in San Francisco, the Bay Area. So I had to go to, where is this? Louisiana? We were just there.
Isn't it Slaughter Swamp?
I have no idea where they were. Come on now.
So you're watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Des. Hi.
See, we're getting back to what we're used to.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome.
So we have a cover to give away, as we always do. So this is a fantastic cover. It's Poison Ivy number
36.
36. And it's by the amazing
Manny Carbonella.
Yay.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is follow like Alan and put in hashtag Geek Chat in the wobbly whoop in the bottom or on the side or however you can put stuff into your comments section. Definitely put it in there, and you too could win this comic. So want to give it to you, want to send it to you. Rich likes this comic. He thought the cover was fantastic. He wants to check out what's going on with Poison Ivy because it's been around for so long. Never very surprised that it's at 36. So get it before he does. Before we finish up we have two more comics to talk about. Before we finish up, I just want to say that I have been loving Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I know I spoke about that in the last episode, and Paul and I have been binge watching it, and we completed the second season, and are now at the beginning of the third season. The second season, wow, your girl went through it. Like Buffy just. Woo, she could not catch a break. I swear. I part of me is kind of surprised that a lot of the stuff that was on there was allowed on television. Not that of the gory and the gruesome, but just what happened to her. Like, geez, like there's a lot of adult stuff going on in that show. For the second season,
I think that's one reason why people really liked it.
Yeah,
it didn't talk down to children. It
did not at all. And yeah, of course, the effects themselves were a little cheesy to be expected, but the story was so good that it felt like, and I'm going to say this, but just it felt like early Doctor Who, because I say early Doctor Who because Doctor Who, if you ever watch those old ones, the effects were just ass, like straight booty cheeks, but you watched it because of the story and the selling. Like everyone on that show like sells and they act their ass off, so I'm just like, it's really good. But just that whole storyline in the second season, it's like, wow, Buffy straight got the Il Nana. Like I was telling Rich earlier, like how's she gonna cure Angel, make him evil? So the Punani made him evil, right? And then he gets his soul back and she kills him. And then knew about it. I was like, damn, like Buffy cold. Like she ice cold. And I was like, damn. So so number one, I was shooketh when I saw that. And I was like, how are these kids, these young adults, like how are they dealing with this? Like the summer of like 96 must have been traumatic for these girls. So I was like, geez. And so we're at the beginning of the third season, and so Faith is there, and then Angel just came back, and so now we're like, okay, so and they're all I don't know, it's just the whole series is just bananas. So I can see why, and of course you have the whole thing like the mom finds out. And then there's like this pseudo kind of coming out moment where she's like, have you ever thought of not slaying? So it's just this kind of like you get shades of like other, and like, so I can see why like, the alphabet children, LGBTQ folks, really gravitated towards that because it was kind of playing out sometimes like a coming out story kind of situation. And then the fanciful, of course, you have like a very strong female and all this other stuff. So, and just in general, it was a very empowering series. So I've just been enjoying it, and I never really got why until like now. And I just really hope that it stays this fresh all the way through. And I don't know.
Hey, Garfwong, Unknown has a question for you. What service are you streaming it on?
We're watching it on Hulu. We are watching it on Hulu, and it's the whole season. And I know people are saying, when you get to right after the third season, the beginning of the fourth season, something happens and Angel leaves and then he goes off into his own series. And so I'm sure there's a guide out there that tells you when you should, or hopefully there'll be this thing that says like you should, this will be continued in Angel. Watch it.
Yeah, Coog and I, we were talking about you guys last night, and we were talking about starting Angel up as well.
Yeah, we're gonna watch them at the same time.
Yeah, we were talking about you guys. If your ears were ringing last night, because we were watching the quiz show with Balls.
Oh,
and I always say, okay, I'm gonna stand on this, and what are you gonna stand on? Because like I'm gonna stand on this, and so we decide where we're gonna put you, Paul, and Don.
Oh wow.
To see who goes in the water.
Am I always going in the water? Is that what's happening?
Not always.
Okay, good. You probably do it just on purpose, bastard.
Well, no,
so anyway,
that would be our team, and I know what I would stand on. So
yeah. I think it'd be hilarious. Anyway, all these wet beards in the water, clog up their filters. Anyway, so Buffy's been fantastic. I've really been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to watching Peacemaker to see what's going on with that as well. Yep. The new episode is out tonight. And then I think what we're going to do after, instead of reviewing it weekly, I think once everything's done, we're going to review it as a series. I think that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. So,
okay, but next up is a book that I've been looking forward to since it was solicited.
Mm-hmm.
It is Blue Falcon and Dynamite from Dynamite Comics. The writer is Jimmy Palmiotti, great writer. The art was Pasquale Quilano. Colors are Jorge Sutil. Jeff Eckleberry did the lettering. And the main cover was by Lucio Perillo. I got the D, and the D was by Francesco Mattina.
Yes.
I really like that one.
Yeah, I got the main cover.
Okay, I just want to start by saying I do not watch, nor I usually check if an animal is in a movie. Like I don't want to watch, what was it? The unicorn, the dead unicorn, the last unicorn. What was that movie you watched?
Oh, Death of the Unicorn.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that because I don't need to watch that. So I knew going into this book that we were getting an origin story. I knew, I'm not stupid. I know that Dynamite has to become dino-rific somehow. I
did not.
knew it was coming. What?
I did not. I thought it was going to start out and he was already Dynamite. And so the
Nope.
fact that he was not doing that, and I was thinking, and I was just kind of like, so when it happens, because it happens in this issue, I was very taken aback by it because I was thinking like, oh wow, they're really gonna, like, Jimmy Palmotti's really gonna have it be well, he gets shot. The dog gets shot, and so I did not think that they would have some kind of like animal violence in it. Not that like he has to become Dynamite at some point, but I thought it was going to be. I thought he was already going to be Dynamite, and they were going to be in their crime fighting. But this is literally like the beginning of him deciding to be Blue Falcon. Like this is that's the beginning.
It's not really golden age. It's
60s, 50s, 60s.
Well, no, I thought this was set like
no. His character, Blue Falcon was from the 60s, Hanna-Barbera. So he was a cartoon, and he was part of the Hanna-Barbera like action hour. There was like Blue Falcon, Birdman. Oh, and do you think the people at the beginning are the people who are from Birdman's people?
Maybe.
Originally, that's what I thought at the beginning when he was having that prophetic dream about like the bird people or Thanagarians coming and attacking, and I thought, ooh, maybe this is how we're going to get Birdman, and Birdman is going to start out a villain before becoming a friend to Blue Falcon and Dynamite. So
I actually really liked the art in this as well. Like the common theme for the show is the art saved a lot of books, or the art was spectacular. Like a lot of the books we've reviewed today, this was no different. I really enjoyed the layout. The first page showing the dream, and it's from the side, and Blue Falcon is just taking out the winged guys. Beautiful. Just well done. What were we going to say?
Well, no, I was going to ask, so did you want more from the story, or were you just really put off by what happened to Dynamite?
Oh, no.
Been done off this.
Oh, no, okay. No. I went into this knowing something was going to happen. Okay. I prepared myself.
Okay.
And I loved the way Palmiotti really shows the bond between
that was
the
great.
two. Like you see the love he has for this dog. The dog picked him out at the kennel. He's designed panels for the dog to use his paw. Like there's a lot of consideration for his best friend.
That is correct.
And they have a love interest, and the love interest likes the dog, and the dog likes the love interest. I thought the narrative that Blue Falcon himself, how he talked, and then learning he's a comic book guy. Like, I don't remember any of that from the original cartoons. But the fact he loves comic books, I'm like, okay, yes, that's even better.
I think he was adding a little bit of stuff to kind of give him a little bit more backstory.
And it worked. It completely worked.
Yeah.
Yes, Garth Wong, I highly recommend this book. I really do. Be ready that there is some animal violence. Yes.
But I will have to say, I've really been liking the Dynamite sort of Hanna-Barbera stuff that they've been doing. Like, I really believe that stuff has been like really top notch. So if you're interested in these characters at all, I think you should definitely try out what Dynamite Comics is doing with them, because they have been pretty solid, solid comics all around.
And as always, our hero gets betrayed.
Of course.
And that is the reason so guys break in. They don't break in. They walk in because they steal the key card to this giant building.
They don't steal it.
No, well, they knock him out and they take it from him.
Because he was so weird. So the guy double crosses Blue Falcon because he did not like how he was being treated. And Blue Falcon says, right when he was leaving, hey, I'm sorry that I could not have been more, of a boss, but I was really kind of testing to make sure that this was going to be working. I apologize. Now here's a 20% increase in your raise. And I gave him all this different stuff because he's like, once he was vetted, Blue Falcon became really kind of cool. And so the guy was leaving and he had promised these, ne'er-do-wells that he would help them get access to, this guy's area, because he's not Blue Falcon yet. That's the thing. He's not Blue Falcon yet, but
he's just a rich guy who
collects
comic books.
Yeah, like Iron Man of Tony Stark, and so they go in, and he's like, he basically is like, I don't want to do this anymore. The guy's really actually pretty nice, and they're like, well, too bad. And so they beat him up, take the stuff, and then they go in, and sadness ensues. But I like it. I really think that there was just enough grittiness and just enough love between everybody that it made it feel like a really good story. I don't know. I thought it's a really good origin story, so I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed how Palmati did he did a good mix of old nostalgic traditional comic books with like the Golly G and like when his inner monologuing to the dog, like talking like a game show host, like, but yet it's very gritty and realistic and action packed, and yet you care about what is happening to this man and his dog. I don't know. I cannot wait for the number 2. I gotta say, this I think was my pick of the week. Like, I was really looking forward to this book, and I cannot. Out of all the books we've reviewed, we have one left. This is the book I would say if you have an extra $4.
Yeah, I think it's
$4.
$5. No, it's $3.99. I think it's $3.99.
If you have an extra $5,
$4.99.
Go buy this book because it really is worth it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna end off on a high note for me because this was my book of the week right here.
Woo!
I hate you so much. So this is called Court, Children of the Round Table. So real quick, I am a huge, I'm going to try to say this right, Arthurian legend admirer. I like the legend of King Arthur. And I like how that legend has been reinterpreted over the years. One of my favorite ones is Mage by Matt Wagner. That is a Arthurian legend redux, and it's just fantastic. All 3 of them have been fantastic, and they're great. So I love anything that has to do with that legend, and then I am a huge like fan of YA stuff. And so when you put Arthurian legend together and you put it with YA stuff or young adult stuff, I'm pretty much gonna be like, cool. Like I'm gonna pretty much like it. And given that this was by Tom Taylor and the artwork was great, I just really, really enjoyed it. So
okay, let me get this out of the way. Writer Tom Taylor, as Des just said. The artist is Danielle De Niculo. The colorist is Rain Barredo. The letterer is Wes Abbott, and that cover that you see was done by the artist Danielle De Niculo, something like that. Sorry for butchering your name. And there was a variant cover. I just got the main. Yes, Garth Wong, this is totally new. It just came out this week.
It is an all ages.
It is an all ages book.
Oh.
They had Tom Taylor on as well.
Well, there you go. Go check that episode out, folks. But yes, it is quick synopsis. Something explodes out of a building and lands in this rural place, right? And you see at the beginning, it was being kept in like a research facility, and they're like, oh no, it's gone. We have to get something. We have to do something or tell him about it. Blah. And so these kids, the girl standing up, and then the little kid, the blonde with the black, roots, very much, the rivals. If you've ever read a manga and you have the one character who's like the main character, and then you have the rival character where they're friends but they're always pushing each other and stuff like that, that is their relationship. Like it's Naruto, Sasuke, it's those two guys from My Hero, it's anything, Gong from Hunter x Hunter, like it's that kind of relationship. And she, bests him earlier to kind of, just to show that she's really good at soccer. And then they're all going on this quest. Like after school, they go on quests and hang out and do stuff. So which is kind of fun. And so they're on this quest and there's no phones and they have to be in the world. And while they're on this quest, like the thing falls in the ground and it's a rock containing a sword of the stone. And so, of course, the little boy tries to pull it out, doesn't work, but it calls to the girl. She pulls it out, and then the sentient sword starts to talk to her, and she's like, "It's the sword of the stone. The sword of the stone talks." And the sword's like, "No, I am the spirit of King Arthur." And she's like, "I'm a king now." And so once she does that, the whole boulder explodes, and all the kids get magical weapons that are that possess the soul of the Knights of the
Dungeons and Dragons.
Which I love. So and then they have to now that the swords have been reawakened, the agents of Mordred, who is Morgan Le Fay's son. If you know the story about King Arthur laid with Morgan Le Fay, and they had Mordred, who is Morgan Le Fay's fairy, and so Mordred is an agent of evil who wants to destroy his father. So that is so. And so they have to get away, but they have these ginormous swords, and that's the thing about it. So they all get a weapon and they all are working together, and now they are like the new Knights of the Round Table. So I was in for it. I loved it. I thought it was silly and great, and the artwork was fantastic, and it really just it plucked all the strings in my mind for things that I really enjoy. So that's why I was like, fantastic. So I really enjoyed it. It's all ages. I mean, I'm a sucker for shit like this, so that's who I am. I can't lie.
I'm really, really glad you loved it. Garflung, pick it up. You might love it too. This book was too damn happy, too damn cheery. I hate kids to begin with. This book was not for me. I think Tom Taylor even sent me a message and said, "Hey, Rich, this book is not for you, dude. So go easy on it. It's not for you. So don't shit all over it."
It was so good though. Like I really enjoyed it. And it kind of read like manga light, because I was definitely getting some manga tropes in it. But manga is so popular right now, you expect it. And the fact that they have these ginormous oversized swords just sold it for me. And you add the Arthurian legend, and let's go.
So we saved our final books to be the books we really liked, and we didn't even know it.
Yes, we didn't even notice. We didn't know it. I knew I did this on purpose. I make the outline. So I saved this for the last because I wanted in with something that I liked.
Cool.
So I did that on purpose because a lot of times we end it with like something kind of like droll and sad. So, but we wanted to end it with something that would be like very positive. And so even though you didn't like it, I did. So neither. So
I didn't hate it. Just this book was too cheery. Children, no.
You're like, no. And Jay, I think you're here. We are going to do your question about books that we wanted to read but haven't gotten to, but we're going to do that for the next show.
Yeah. Hey, BBB, welcome in.
Because we kind of forgot. So I'm sorry.
And BBB, one of the kids has a sword just like Magic's. It's a huge honking giant sword.
It's the King Arthur sword. It's this like ginormous magic type sword. And then the little black kid got a stick.
A stick.
Of course it's a Merlin's, because later on you see it's a staff and he's using magic. So of course it's Merlin. So whatever. But I loved it. It's fantastic. It's time to give away a comic book. Yay! What? I'm in a good mood.
I'm happy.
I hate you so much sometimes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Now we're going to be giving away the fantastic comic book Kyle, if you will, please press that button. Let's give this sucker away. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Phil looks like he got it in, sir. Let's see. Easy Reader. Let's see if Easy Reader. Unfortunately, Easy Reader, you're one too soon, buddy. So we have to. You can't win every 4. Like you have to wait 4 weeks before you can win again, and you won too soon, my friend. So we're gonna have to give it to someone else. I apologize. Garf Wong. Let's see.
Hey, you get it.
Yes, Garf
Cool.
Wong does get it. Cool. Alrighty.
Congratulations.
Sorry about that, but that's the stipulation that is for every giveaway kind of show that we have on the experience. We got to let various folks win, and you cannot win within 4 or 30 days, 4 weeks of the last time that you won. So just want to let you know that is just something that happens. So yeah. So look for your mail. You'll be getting it probably sometime early next week. Wanted to say thank you all. Unfortunately, I will not be here next weekend or next Thursday because I will be seeing one of my favorite bands live for the first time. I've only seen them live once, and they opened up for Incubus in the city. So I was very sad because I only got to see the opening, a very short set, but now they are headlining in Berkeley, and that is although I've seen Weird Al multiple times. It's Coheed and Cambria. So I'm a huge Coheed and Cambria fan. They're playing at the Greek Theater in Berkeley, and me and a couple friends are finally going. I'm dragging them to it because they've never seen them, and they're like, I don't know, and I'm like, fuck it, you're coming with me. So we're gonna go see Coheed and Cambria next Thursday. So hopefully Rich might be able to find someone to do it, or if not, Kyle. You can always dress up like
Rich can send me the list.
For your
I can go get the books and read them.
Cool. Hey,
But I shouldn't tell you about seeing Coheed and Cambria with 50 other retailers at Comics Pro 2 years ago?
No, you didn't. Oh my god,
yeah,
that'd have been amazing.
Private show at Comics Pro.
See, stuff like that is awesome. And I love that Sanchez, the main guy, Claudio, loves comics, and he's written comics in the past, and I've gotten most of them. So the Armory Wars is the one that he writes, and then Kill Audio and all that. So yeah, I'm super excited. So I will not be here next week. Probably Rich won't be either, but hopefully Kyle will be able to fill the spot with someone special. And if not, please have a fantastic Thursday, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. Rich, got anything before we head out?
Nope. Thanks everyone for showing up, for watching. Thanks BB, Garf Wong, Steve, everyone.
Yes,
See you later.
See you next time. Bye.
Stay tuned.